Hello and welcome to another one of David RPM's videos. Today we'll be changing the timing chain tensioner on a 2003 BMW 530i with the M54 B30 engine. So the parts needed for this project include the OEM genuine BMW timing chain tensioner cylinder with hex, genuine BMW timing chain tensioner gasket ring, genuine BMW timing chain tensioner spring, and a timing chain tensioner piston, either from Fasion or genuine OEM. I decided to buy the kit from beamerworld.com instead of buying it individually from other websites, since it was cheaper this way. Likewise, Beamerworld also includes Beamerworld stickers with any purchase you make. So here are how the parts look like. Here's the spring. Here's the tensioner cylinder. Excuse my difficulties removing it from the box. It comes with the washer. And lastly is the Fasion piston. What you will need for this project includes a 32mm socket and a socket wrench to attach this to. Likewise, I got a microfiber towel to put underneath the timing chain tensioner when removing, because there will be oil coming out. So it is located right here in the engine compartment. So first step is to put the microfiber towel underneath the timing chain tensioner, because we will be losing a little bit of oil. As you may have noticed, I used a rod to attach the socket wrench in order to get enough power and torque to remove the tensioner. Now I just use the socket wrench by itself, avoid hitting the secondary air injection surge valve, and work your way slowly to remove this thing. As you can tell, there has been a little bit of oil that escaped, but it's no big deal. You won't be losing a lot of oil. Less than 5 mLs at most. And here I am using my hand just to remove it. Slow and steady wins the race, as they say. Now that I have it removed, I'm going to examine the spring to see if it is as strong as the new OEM spring that I purchased. And here's how it looks like out in the open. Let's take it back into the garage to see what we're dealing with. Now it is time to assemble the timing chain tensioner. Get the cylinder ready, and then you'll have to put the spring in. But here's how it looks like. Washer first, then we put the spring into the piston and connect it to the cylinder, and there you go, that's how it works. And there's a size difference between the old one and the new one. The new one has a much more stronger spring, since that hasn't ever been used. The old one is much shorter from the years of being abused. So now it is time to install it back into the car. So spring in first to the cylinder, position it properly, and now put the piston in. I'm examining the grooves and the metal just to see if there's any resistance, or if there might be any resistance later on. It checks out. So now I'm going to be installing it onto the E39. Same steps but in reverse. 32mm socket wrench, and slowly work your way tightening it back into the engine. It is listed on the BMW manual, as well as all of the forum sites, that the amount needed to tighten the timing chain tensioner for the M54 B30 engine is 70 Newton meters. However, based on my prior experience with tightening things onto the engine of the M54 B30, I do everything by feel, since these aluminum blocks are very fragile to wear, and I don't want to risk stripping a thread because that would not be fun. I've already done it to the valve cover studs once when I tightened it to factory spec, and just based on my experience, metal gets tired and it's better just to do it by feel. If I still hear the ticking noise, I'll tighten it a little bit more, but at this point I don't want to risk stripping the thread. And there we go. The installation of the new timing chain tensioner is complete. No more ticking noise upon startup, and the engine is running as smooth as possible. I hope you find this video valuable, and hopefully you can replace your timing chain tensioner yourself with this video. Thank you for watching, and on that bombshell, it is time to end. Thank you and have a great day.